what do you do when a contractor's around the house doing a job that's going to be multiple hours? Do you stand there and watch them? Do you pretend like you're doing something else and not watching them, but honestly watching them? Because they were going around the different vents, the different rooms. I had to point them to different things. I don't want to go off, just eat my breakfast, eat my lunch, not pay attention to them, go to my office, close the door. I want to keep an eye on them. But I also didn't want them to think that I'm just over their shoulder watching every single move they make. So instead, I think I made a happy compromise where I just put the news on. It wasn't a show I was heavily invested in where I needed to watch every single word of it, hanging on every single line. 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Pretty Huge Dilemma podcast. I am the host, Jacob Barrett, and today we're going to get into WNBA basketball, state of college wrestling programs, and a habit at the gym that I'm not sure what other people's stance is on it. All right, last one, kind of I struggled through because there are a number of things and it's hard to summarize which topics are going to be the best ones or key ones to talk about right at the beginning. Let's make sure the microphone's good. I think it's fine. I don't really know too much about the sound quality. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, reach out, DM to support the show. And if you have ideas, let me know. Which some of those ideas, maybe I'll take them into account. Maybe I won't. Happens. One of the videos that I put out, the first one of playing Brawlhalla, I think that's how you call it. I think that's how you pronounce it, and that's what you call it. He said that playing a free-for-all game isn't great for streaming. And I replied back, thank you for this, but I enjoy playing the game, so I'm going to keep doing it. Thanks for tuning in. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I could find a game that is the most trending game that the most number of people are streaming, but in the end, if I enjoy playing the game, because this next episode, I think I played for like 50 minutes. Could have been long. I could have played for longer, and I might play some of it just for fun on my own. So I might do that. Is that dishonest to the fans? Am I letting the fans down by not recording every second I play of a video game, even if I like it? Because one day I'm just going to show up and just be the best at it. I'm going to be level 100, have all the gear. Maybe I'll spend some actual money on it. Not happening. Podcast money, if I got some of that, maybe. But real money, most likely not. I don't know how long we'll be playing the game for. This game's a little harder because there's no definitive end to it. The backyard basketball game, it was kind of, here's the game, boom, end of the season, cut off, done. This one, it just keeps going, new games, new matches. I could go till I hit a certain streak of winning so many games in a row. We'll see. It might just be a couple months if I get tired of it. Or it switches to I won't play this more on my own instead of just streaming it, and I just won't play it constantly. Also, I don't know if I got time for that with everything that's going on here. Man. But the air in here, so much cleaner. I think we got the air ducts cleaned out. They did whatever octopus looking thing to like hit the dust around, agitate it, and suck the dust up. So we don't need any more plants to clean the air in here. Instead, we just got that done. It wasn't too difficult. It was more just kind of annoying because I couldn't really do other stuff. I don't know. What do you do when a contractor's around the house doing a job that's going to be multiple hours? Do you stand there and watch them? Do you pretend like you're doing something else and not watching them, but honestly watching them? Because they were going around the different vents, the different rooms. I had to point them to different things. I don't want to go off, just eat my breakfast, eat my lunch, not pay attention to them, go to my office, close the door. I want to keep an eye on them. But I also didn't want them to think that I'm just over their shoulder watching every single move they make. So instead, I think I made a happy compromise where I just put the news on. It wasn't a show I was heavily invested in where I needed to watch every single word of it, hanging on every single line. It was kind of just in the background, seeing what the weather's going to be like. I think we're going to have a tornado warning, watch, something. So that would be interesting. Hopefully the house lasts through that. Oh man, on this latest PhD TV, I was burping a lot. I let loose with that. Thankfully, still haven't figured out smell-o-vision yet on this show or other cooking shows. They're probably working on some way of getting that. Let's get the air vents cleaned. Tried getting another water testing thing done. Back on that, kind of let that settle a little bit, deal with it. Got the initial price of it, but as I see more stuff about needing to filter this water, touching your skin, all the different stuff in it, getting back into it. I think we might start with a little countertop thing, but the whole home, I don't think we'll get whole home reverse osmosis because I think you need special pipes for that. I think I remember talking about this last week that I was having someone test the water. Yeah, the person came, nothing really new changed. Obviously, talking poorly about the city's water, how there's so many contaminants in it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. I asked you to come into my house and test it. I'm aware that I want something else. You didn't even have to test the water, honestly. You did. Kind of wasted some people's time. Because with that information, what are you going to do with it? Unless you're just collecting that data, putting it in some database, going to use it for some evil purposes later. I don't fully know the purpose of you coming and testing my water. Because I told you I want this system. I want it set up. Could have been a lot shorter than you coming through doing this whole show of it. But I need my house to do this. I know I want this. All you need is a sale pitch of the money, the cost, things like that. We went through this whole other thing. And some of that stuff, shipping time, they say like 3 weeks. It's 2026. Why is shipping taking 3 weeks? I might have tweeted that out. So if you don't follow me on X, you should. But since there aren't not too many interactions, I'm going to repeat stuff. Why is it taking 3 weeks to ship things? If I can get things to my house hours after ordering them, how does it take 3 weeks? No, I'm not paying for extra shipping. If I'm paying thousands of dollars for something, even if I'm spending over $100, it should get to my house within a week. Whatever issues you have at the warehouse, manufacturing issues, backlog, a week. Come on. That's like the max. After that, I kind of forget that I ordered it. It could just be a surprise that it showed up. Which things surprisingly show up in my house a number of times. The Ashley orders. There's one thing. I want to return it so badly. Even if I return it, I don't get the money back on it. I just want to return it. She got an inflatable pool. I guess she's just trying to be the trashiest looking people on the block. Thankfully, it's in the backyard. Not as many people see it. Maybe she'll put it in the front yard. I don't know. She could do anything. But I showed up and I thought, man, this looks so bad. It's going to get in my way. I'm going to be mowing. It's going to be back there. I'm going to accidentally run it over. Then there'll be plastic all through my yard. Gross. And I don't know. Evidently can fit multiple people in there. Well, multiple people are going in a backyard plastic pool thing. That water's going to be so hot and gross and sitting in, you're just going to be cooking. It's not going to be good. We'll see if she ordered that for it. So yeah, random things sometimes show up at my house for whatever reason. They get here, I order them, other people order them. It happens. Let's see here. Air vents, water test. Okay. College wrestling. I could go into professional wrestling because I think the senior open's happening, which I don't know. They got to do better. There are a lot of I don't even know if it's a second tier. Is men's professional wrestling second? I don't even know if it's second tier. It might be a third tier sport of people paying attention to things. Am I going about to tier sports? I don't know why tier systems added an S at the top of it. Why do we need a letter above A? I don't know what the S stands for. Does S stand for superior? What ranking system has S tier and then A, B, C, D, E? I don't know how low they go, but who starts at S? Who decided that S is the top letter? Yeah, it's one of the top used letters, RSTLNE. Everyone knows that from Wheel of Fortune. But why are you going with S? That's so weird. I mean, if there was an S tier, it would be like the NFL because they're year round. And the other A tier, the big four: NBA, NHL, MLB, college football put up there. Okay, and you can pretty much just go down what their TV deals are to see what tier they are. WNBA, that one's getting more because they're getting more televised games, which WNBA watched a minute of that today. I think it was the Fever and the New York Liberty. Caitlin Clark was out there for a little bit. That was nice to see. Hopefully she doesn't get injured again. That'd be tough to see. A lot of expectations. Third year of her already. Time's flying by, especially when she pretty much misses an entire season. We'll see how much more WNBA I watch. Depends how many controversies they get into. Things like that. Dallas Wings, though, two number one overall picks playing together. Maybe they'll turn around and not get in last place this year. That would be nice to see. Okay, WNBA happened. Oh, I was talking about the tiers. I mean, there's college baseball. They're below there. Below them, college softball. But even them, they get on ESPN for a little bit. But I think college baseball is probably above softball and women's volleyball. Whether professional lacrosse is up there. UFC. They're probably in the A tier. Probably not the S. They've probably gone down recently. Maybe a couple years ago when Conor McGregor was there. Not as much, at least for me. I never really got too much into UFC. The ranks for that, anyways. So like below at the bottom is wrestling. They're starting to bring like wrestling to other places. I think it's called like RAF. They're going around different places. But the US Senior Open's happening now. I don't really know what's happening. I pretty much get a minute clip, less than a minute clip. Well, it might be more than a minute, but I watch like 30 seconds of it, read the headline, see if it's an Iowa wrestler, which not hearing too many Iowa wrestlers making big upsets on things. So that's unfortunate. But the head coaching things, Brent Metcalf officially announced, and the former head coach did move positions to become like some director of wrestling operations, I think. I don't know. I didn't read it. That happened. So that way he can oversee the men's and the women's wrestling. Iowa, another rivalry that is brewing there between Iowa and Iowa State in another sport. So they're going to add another sport that Iowa can beat Iowa State in. So that's nice to see. Would have been nice to see Brent Metcalf at Iowa return there, but just couldn't convince him to come back for whatever reason. He's been at Iowa State for a number of years. I don't know how we just let him hang out there. Who likes Ames? Ames is gross. The other sports also, I think, going on, World's Strongest Man. That one, I don't know. Which Brian Shaw documentary I saw was on Amazon, 4 parts. I don't know what the 4 parts are going to be. I might go through and watch those. It's fun seeing Brian Shaw. Stuff he does now, I'm not as interested in arm wrestling. And these sports, I'm ranking them on U.S. interest. Worldwide interest, soccer's up there. So I'm skipping out on that. Only U.S. interest and things. And FIFA World Cup, probably not going to go to it. Not too interested. Maybe I'll go with some of the fan stuff if there's one that's not too far away. But there probably won't be. Probably going to skip that. But the World's Strongest Man, I think that's opening now. Them, I think they get on ESPN. But the issue with that, well, I mean, there are a lot of issues. They don't advertise it too much. I don't follow too many more of the people that are in it. I haven't found any of them as interesting to watch on YouTube. But what they do, which I wonder if there'll be an enhanced games version of World's Strongest Man. They'll have Olympic weightlifting, probably, where people can get on juice there. But what about the other side of it, where just straight up just lifting, just bench, squat, and deadlift? Well, if you just get the enhanced games for that and just see how high people can push it. Okay, Half Thor and what's his name now? Why it's not Brian Kelly? It's not Brian Shaw's the other guy. Hall. What's his first name? It's not Brian Hall. It's not Brees Hall. Eddie Hall. Okay, Eddie Hall and Half Thor. You can deadlift 1,000 plus pounds. Let's get some juice in these other people and see how high they can get it. Can they get 1,100, 1,200? I don't know what the current record is. I knew Half Thor broke it somewhat recently. I don't know what the current record is. But the enhanced games, maybe get some juice in there and see how high that can go. Bodybuilding, they already got juice in there, but they're not looking to see how heavy they can lift. They're going more for the looks of things. We'll have to see if the enhanced games bumps that up a little bit. But the World's Strongest Man, I don't know, a different issue they have is it's not live. I don't get that. I don't get why they go. It's usually in California, somewhere on a beach, rain on a beach. They don't play it live. So it's going to happen now. Some people post on YouTube about it, alluding to how they do, what position they got. Mitchell Hooper, Canadian. Can't have him win. Need to have an American winning. He'll post, I haven't watched him. He'll post on YouTube different things about it, recaps of stuff. But you can't say what happened because he signed some contract. I don't even know if there is a way to watch it live. Because that's a cool thing. I like seeing people lift heavy amounts of weights. But I don't know how you watch it live. Watch a replay of it. I don't know what subscription you need to get it. My HBO subscription ran out. What was the last thing I watched on there? Oh, one battle after another, and then it ran out. I think I mentioned that before. It's fine. Who gets to this point in the podcast anyway? Analytics drop down at this timing point in the podcast. We'll see. Get that picked up at some point. Maybe I just need to get... I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to keep consistently posting things every day. Like every day, something getting posted. It's nice to see. But with all those videos, my phone storage is going down. Just my phone in general. Phone storage, having just all these updates on my phone. How old is my phone? Got it in 20 something. I don't know. It's a number of years old. Is it 10 years old? I don't think it's that old. Maybe it is. I forget when it was. But the storage just gone. I have to figure out something with the photos for it. Figure out some free storage place where I still got room. Google Sheets, Gmail, OneDrive. Maybe a different device I have that has free storage. Because I could print them out, but then I have these printed out. If something happens to my house, burns down, something happens, it's gone. No way of recovering it. Just because I didn't want to spend the 99 cents every month for 50 gigabytes of storage. Didn't want to do that for it. But with all the updates, it just keeps going bad. Every time there's an app that needs to get updated, like, man, do I really need this app to be updated? I'm pretty bare minimum in all of the phone apps right now. Only have one game on there, just the Euchre app. That's the only thing I got on there that I can play. Everything else, gone. It's like, I don't got room for it. Too bad. And the battery, I updated my phone and all of a sudden it says my battery's terrible. That's too bad. I might have to start going without my phone. See what that's like. Really disconnect. Because my phone's been... Or I might just have to live on low power mode 24/7. I haven't done that before. But I might just have to do it. Just live on it. Let's see. Thankfully... It's not good. Voice didn't sound great there. Thankfully at home, so I'm able to charge it. Still doesn't sound good. There we go. That's better. At home, so I can still charge it, but now my electricity bill is going up because I gotta keep constantly charging this thing. It's tough. My storage, video games, for the different games I was playing, I only have, again, on my computer, so much storage for it. And if something goes bad there, things can just be lost forever. But I do have like a hard drive that former life used to be for research, transferring data storage stuff, bunch of data, like I said, bunch of data, wrote papers on. Man, now it's just turned into where I store video game memory at. I guess that's the way things go sometimes. But in the academics game, which I was part of academia, got some papers published. And occasionally I'll go on Google Scholar to see if anyone's cited me, or if papers just taken off, gained 100 plus citations. Maybe that could happen at some point. But I go through there, see who cited me. And recently someone this year I think cited one of my papers. Is one of, I won't say one of, but in general, it is a stressful thing to have someone cite one of your research papers. Because at first you go through, you see if you're just in the introduction as a statement of other people who have done research in this area, include this, and this. You go, okay, yeah, I did research in that area, got this intro. Then it moves to, okay, I'm not in the introduction. I'm in the later sections of problem description, problem setup. And that's when it gets a little bit tense because you start thinking, is this person going to recreate, retry, advance the previous work that I did in some way? Are they going to go through my results with a fine tooth comb and see every little thing that I did, whether it was right, it was wrong, the assumptions I made, if the results are actually what they're supposed to be? That's when it gets stressful and you have to read their entire paper and see if they did something wrong for it. Because if someone's going to go through, try to recreate my results, they better do it correctly and make similar assumptions or say why their assumptions are better or their equations are better. So I'm not going to have someone come in and misconstrue what I was trying to do just so that they could say they found an error that's been going on in shockwave particle research for centuries. No, 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 no. Not happening. Because I will write a rebuttal for yours. And I don't think I can get my PhD taken away at this point. I don't know if there's a 5-year withstanding thing. I don't know. There might be some contract thing that says they could revoke it. Hopefully, we're past that by now. This person went through, they recreated my results and said, yes, with this person's limitation and assumptions, they got it correctly. And obviously, they published their papers. They had to take my results and add a little bit extra to it, saying, yeah, this assumption was kind of incorrect. Let's add this a little bit on and get these new results. Cool, fine with me. Man, it was stressful reading that. I'll read too many papers about previous research I did. The only pretty much research I'm doing is in whatever health things that come up. I get health things from different social people, and then like the JAMA, I don't know what it stands for. They send out a lot of heart and health related things. They're not, again, I don't know the level of papers. I know like Cell, Nature, like one word things, those are up there. Those might be a little too intense for me. And I don't really know what they do research on, but JAMA seems to publish things or give paper shout outs to things that I care about. They talk about lipid lowering, about cancer treatments, about heart things, about the American Health Guidelines, about the American Heart Institute guidelines of things. So those are the only kind of papers I'm reading right now. And there'll be times where people write rebuttals or editorials to previous papers that are going on for it. Okay, hey, not bad. I don't know how much time is because I record before I start setting up the camera, so that way sometime in the future I'll give that to my producer and tell them to clip this together, make these funny moments together, something like that. There's not too much off-camera stuff. I'm not really saying to myself, I can't waste stuff. I gotta save it for the pod. There's not too much stuff. There's only off-camera stuff if I have a guest. Usually I tell them that they're being recorded. Usually, yeah, I tell them they're being recorded. They figure that out for it. Let's see here. What do we got here? Okay. This is just a funny note. This could probably be a tweet too, but why not? It's my podcast. I'll say what I want. So last week when it's going on, the trip to the casino, had to leave there. Things got a little bit rushed here. Then for some reason, not for some reason, I do. I cook pinto beans. I soak them overnight, and then the next day cook them. I don't know how long you can soak them for. Maybe you don't need to cook them at all. You could just soak them for like 7 days. And they'd be good from that. But I decided to cook them. Thought it wouldn't take too long. But man, things like that take a long time to cool down. Got potatoes, rice, pinto beans, other kind of beans. They take a little bit to cool down. And I'm never sure how long to leave things out just in the open air. Read things about rice. If you leave that out, this bacteria will grow. Pasta, this bacteria grows. Don't leave it out. Sounds like pretty much immediately after you get done cooking the stuff, you have to throw in the fridge right away. So a lot of food I have, it's barely out of the fridge. I don't really eat hot food because I just have things in the fridge and just compile them and don't cook them the day that I eat them because that would take too much time. But the pinto beans, I wanted to cool them down besides just leaving them out because that could take 30, 45 minutes, something like that. So instead, I decided to cool them down a different way. I decided to just start putting ice cubes in it. Yeah, it might change the flavor of it. Because I would just water it down, and the water from it gets infused with whatever flavor comes off the pinto beans. I'm not very good at cooking pinto beans. It's honestly just pinto beans and water. I don't mash them up like you would get out of a Mexican restaurant. There's beans and water. So I started throwing ice cubes in there to cool it down, which I've done similar things before of cooking a frozen pizza in the oven, then wanting to cool it down faster. So I'll throw it right in the freezer back again, just so that it can cool down enough for me to eat it in a reasonable amount of time and have it cool down faster, and I can eat it faster that way. That was just my ice beans thing, which it worked. It cooled it down, didn't overflow with water. Okay, and the last thing I got here. Yeah, that's the last thing on my list. Decent timings. Podcast timing's gone down from an hour. I still don't know how my first podcast was an hour and 22 minutes. I was just kept going. So much description of what to do just in that studio. Things have changed since then slightly. Some things are still the same. That was hour 22. Now, man, what timing. And hey, that happens sometimes when you're just on your own. And hey, this is just 30 minutes of straight content. No commercials, no ads, no breaks in the action. You don't gotta wait. You don't have to skip through any time, which that's helpful. You can just listen straight through it. Last thing, how often do other people make new gym playlists? For me, it's about every 6 to 8 months. I would say I make a new gym playlist. Right now, I've been going through a lot of the made for you Spotify playlists, which some of those, it's tough because you go through a car ride with other people, you're playing the music they want to listen to, then all of a sudden that music messes up your made for you algorithm. And a lot of these made for you things, they'll have a lot of the same crossover songs on there. So I gotta make my own coming up soon, which this kind of was inspired. This was inspired by watching the Hardy concert because I've been listening to him at the gym. A lot of his songs, his Live at Red Rocks album, it's really cool to listen to. I thought I need to make a new one. The last one I made was the 10K run one. When was that? That was around Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm due to make a new one. That was for running because you can't use the same playlist for running that you can for lifting. Those playlists, there might be some overlap, but you can't use the same things. Running, you got to have the high energy. You can't have any build up from the beginning. It has to be go, 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 go. But for gym ones, it can be a little slower. It could be between sets, you switch to it and you're just waiting around for 60 seconds to 90 to 120. So you can have a little bit more of a build up. Running, it's got to be from the start. Hear the music, hear the upbeatness. Lyrics aren't required. We have some upbeat to get the running going. Gym, it's a different motivation that goes on in there. Where it's more longer paced. You're kind of listening to the word. Are you listening to the words a little more? Maybe. There are times where running, I'm listening to the words. Not really. Not say running's less listening to the words. In the gym, it's more listening to the words. You gotta have songs you can mouth to that you can fake like you're rapping along to it and people just looking at you weird, which people look at me weird in the gym anyway. I'm making enough grunting noises, sounds like that. People are already looking at me weird. And hopefully this is recording still because Camo Studio does not look right for it. Something wrong with my computer. Maybe I'll need to update it. But there's not too much going on for that. What else we got going on? Yeah, so I need to make a new playlist. We'll see who goes on there. It'll be Hardy, some Linkin Park, some Eminem. Will be, I don't know who else. It's a lot of mishmash. Maybe a couple. There's like one Johnny Cash song that I just keep putting on there. So Machine Gun Kelly, his rap songs, those just keep going on there. Let's see here. Cut. Okay, back in. That was, I don't know. The songs are just kind of random. Not if for a single artist, there's maybe 4 or 5 songs max from a single artist that I'll put on there. It is a real mishmash of people, and some people I don't even know who the song is by, but it turns out to be by them. Because maybe I'm not gonna make my own like mix of things, but bring it onto my computer, download the MP4s, edit things all together like that. I'm not at that stage. I don't have enough time for that yet. Maybe one day we'll see if I really get interested in it, or it's got so much time on my hands. I got to figure out how to download them. Can you just download them from Spotify or YouTube? I think you have to have special access to those MP4s. But I think that's where I'll end here. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, reach out, help grow the podcast, watch the reviews, watch Brawlhalla, PhD TV, and talk to you guys later. Bye.